All right, good afternoon, IPS 2023 committee. I am so pleased and happy to see your happy faces and that you will all be part of the team for this year. Very happy about it. Looking forward to getting to know each of you and working with you, very much so. Before we get started and let Dr. Bird tell us about his charge to the committee, let's go just really quickly around and tell us who you are and which agency you're with. So Russell, you're first on my screen.
If you ain't first, no, I'm just kidding. If you ain't first, you're last, right? No, I'm kidding. My name is Russell, and I work here in the CIS agency here in the Nashville office in Alpha Polk. And I've been with the agency for 8 months now. And I've been enjoying every week so far. It's been a great experience. I love my coworkers and taking care of the needs of those that come by here at the IPS facility, and it's been a great experience.
So your skill set will certainly come in super handy when we're talking about event logistics and everything. So very excited. Okay, Margaret, you're next. Go ahead, Russell.
I also am not that far from Murfreesboro. I used to work in Murfreesboro too as well. Familiar with a few of those college eating spots as well. So I know a little bit about it. I'm happy to be a part of this board.
Awesome. Happy to have you. Margaret?
Hi, everybody. I'm Margaret Norris. I'm the Executive Director with MTAS here in Knoxville.
Great to have you. Looking forward to working with you. Everybody should know Tommy, but Tommy, I don't want to leave you out.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Tommy Rogers, Human Resources with IPS Administration, located in Knoxville.
Good deal. I'm going to have Karen.
Karen Langen. I'm with IPS Admin, Director for External Funding here in Knoxville.
Good to have you. Donnie?
Donnie Ross, Law Enforcement Innovation Center. I've been here about 1.5 years. If you don't know, we're out in Oak Ridge.
Good deal. Yeah, I'm just up the road from where you were, Donnie. I'm next to the high school.
Oh, yeah, you're very close.
We're like in almost walking distance from each other.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right? Hello, Wes.
Hi, Wes Fernandez. I'm the business manager at MTAS, and I'm located in the Knoxville office.
Good deal. Rachel?
Hi, everybody. It's Rachel Rubel. I'm with the CTAS agency, and I'm located in Nashville.
Good to have you. Travis?
I'm Travis Bishop. I'm the finance and accounting consultant for MTAS, and I'm out of the Johnson City office.
Good deal. Good to meet you. Erin?
Hi there, I'm Erin Kiefer. I'm the Assistant Director of English Programs at the Tennessee Language Center in Nashville.
Good to have you, Erin. And last but not least, Layla, who has come back for a second time.
Hi there, I'm Layla Smith. I'm a legal consultant with CTAS. This is my second year on the IPS committee.
Yay! Thank you so much. I appreciate you all being here today and agreeing to be on the committee to work together on this. So without further ado, I would like to turn it over for a kickoff message and a charge to the committee to Dr. Bird.
All right. Well, hello, everybody, and good afternoon. It's good to see you on here today. And first of all, let me thank you for taking on this responsibility to head up our 2023 IPS conference. What you do is important, and it impacts everyone in our organization. And so I very much appreciate you agreeing to serve on this committee and for your best creative thought and work in putting together an IPS conference we'll all remember. So we've had some really great committees in the past, and it's going to be hard to one up the group that put on the conference last year, but I know you're up to the challenge and will accept that challenge to provide a conference that offers great professional development to our folks and chances to get to know each other and to scheme and plan in ways that we can work together to serve the folks we serve in Tennessee even better. So again, I thank you for taking this on, and look forward to seeing what you put together for us for our conference this next year.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
I am not terribly prescriptive in what or how you do your job, but there are three things that I want us to be able to do. And one is that we always need to be able to grow in our capacity around the topic of diversity. And so I would like for one of our keynotes to have that as part of its purpose and theme. I always want us to have somebody as a keynote that can help us think about the future and help stretch our minds and our possibilities and looking forward. Somebody said the future is where we're going to spend the rest of our lives, and that's professionally and personally. And so we need to be thinking about the future, and we need to be thinking about it, especially because if we don't, we're not able to serve our customers as well as we will be when we think about future trends, future technologies, things that are coming along down the pike, future challenges. It gives us a chance to think ahead and plan ahead and hopefully be right on time when it comes to helping our customers work through things that they'll face in the future. And the third thing is one or the other. I'd like for us to have a keynote that's either motivational in nature or gives us some strong personal or professional development thoughts and ideas. So either one of those two things I think will help us. So as far as anything that I'd ask you to do, those are the primary ones. I'd like for us to have a focus on at least those three things as we come together. And as you plan breakouts and activities, I hope you'll keep in mind what our organizational needs are relative to personal and professional growth. And hopefully some of them will stretch us to think more and be more than we might have been otherwise. So again, what you're doing is important. It makes a difference for a whole lot of folks. And it's more of a thankless job than I wish it was, because, you know, if things go well, that's what people expect. And if they don't, they'll complain. So, you know, it's a tough spot that you're in, but I know you'll rise to that challenge and put on a conference that we can all be proud of and that will meet the personal and professional development needs of our organization and give us the chance to have some fellowship with one another and gather together. And a lot of times folks say, well, why do we invest the money in doing this? And the reason is that when we combine everything collectively for our whole organization, we can bring in some higher level speakers and higher level workshops than we would be able to if we were just doing it as an agency, for instance. So we look forward to what you're going to put together for us. I'm not going to bother you. If you need me for something, you know where I am and can reach out, and I'm willing to invest and help in any way possible. Although we have two agencies having birthdays at this conference, CTAS turns 50 and CIS turns 60, and I did refuse the invitation to jump out of a cake. So anyway, other than things like that, I'm game. So let me know if I can help you. And otherwise, I'm going to jump off of here and let you get back to your work unless you have questions for me.
Truly appreciate all your support and confidence in the committee, and I'm sure we'll put together a program that will make everybody proud. So I'm committed to supporting that.
All right.
So thank you so much for your time. Any questions for Dr. Bird? From anybody? Good deal. Thank you so much for being here.
All right. See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So as you heard, Dr. Bird was talking about the 3 overarching keynotes. So Tommy and I felt it would be helpful partially from lessons learned of past years to show you like just a couple slides of how the speakers and the themes look like. So Tommy, if you want to share your slides, or would you like me to?
I can share.
Okay, you should be able to.
All right. See here. All right, are you all seeing
Perfect.
the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So the reason I decided to, this only, please bear with me, it's just like 2 or 3 slides. But the reason I decided to do it in this way, having served on, what is it now, maybe 6 or 7 annual conference committees every year. Sometimes when we're describing the charge that Dr. Bird gave in terms of speakers and what we're looking for can get a little confusing. So this time I decided to do a visual. I'm a visual learner. So I decided to do a visual because there are a couple of distinctions. For example, okay, so if you all are looking at this slide, of course, Dr. Bird mentioned we need 3 keynote speakers. The 3 keynote speakers are for the large group. That's for IPS all. And those are typically the speakers who cost bigger bucks. Okay, so these are what he mentioned in terms of personal and professional development / motivational, inspirational. That's one speaker, a diversity inclusion speaker, and then a forward thinking and innovative type speaker. So that's like one set. Those are our big group, our large group speakers, especially if you'll remember to last annual conference. However, we're also charged with, and this will derive from the committee, overall conference theme. And so all the conferences we've had, they've had a theme. And then you'll have concurrent session kind of things that go along with each of the tracks. And you see the visual here. So under the overall conference theme, you'll have something that speaks to the overall conference theme. And then in each of those 3 tracks, you'll have speakers that are speak to each concurrent session thing. So for example, and I'll also give you examples from prior conferences. Sometimes it helps to see the agenda and making sense of, okay, here's a thing, here's a concurrent session thing. But just as an example, let's say we're trying to be IPS 2.0 and do better, be better. Well, one concurrent session thing, for example, could be communication. Another concurrent session thing could be technology. And then we put some fun kind of spins to the titles, but it could be technology. You could have another one that is educational growth. So with those 3 different concurrent session things, you're looking for speakers who could speak for about an hour or so under each of those concurrent session things. And you'll see quickly, we end up with 12 concurrent session speakers. Remember, the concurrent sessions are those sessions that you have 3 speakers speaking at one given time, and then employees will decide on the spot which session they will attend. They have choices, they have options. So these are the smaller sessions, concurrent session things. When we look at both of them, you're looking for your keynote speakers for the whole groups, and then you're looking for kind of the smaller broken down concurrent sessions, and then you have your speakers listed there. So not to go on and on and on, but is this helpful? Do you have any questions kind of about what we're looking at? Again, I thought a visual would be kind of helpful because I noticed last year, it stood out for me more last year than any other year, but we almost had people thinking that the concurrent session things were motivational and inspirational, and then diversity, inclusion, and forward thinking and innovative. That's not the case. Those are separate, and they're for large group speakers for IPS all.
I think this is really helpful as a visual. I hope everybody kind of.
Layla, did you have a question?
Oh, no, I just said I do too, because it did get confused last year. So this is definitely very helpful. I was
Good.
just commenting. I was agreeing.
Okay, sounds
Good deal.
Thank you. And again, you know, it's helpful to know kind of what our charge is. And I'll tell you, so many of our agencies, and that's why we rely on the committee, so many of our agencies have such great speakers. Before I retire from IPS one day or fall out, and, you know, just I'm done with it all. I would like to see a document that has all of our wonderful speakers across all agencies.
Like a speaker bureau where you can look at
Speaker bureau,
everybody's and say,
yes.
I need somebody for this. I can call on that. Yes.
That
You know,
somebody,
that should be something that we should be able to create in the IPS employee portal that
yes,
everybody has access to.
yes, I agree. And I know, I think Susan Robertson and her team may be working on that, but that is something that, you know, that the speakers, at least one IPS employee would have heard the speaker and vetted them. So anyway, that's a dream of mine. But with so many great speakers, it shouldn't be too terribly difficult to find the conference theme, the overall conference theme, and concurrent session theme speakers. We've already got some suggestions of people who
Good.
submitted as speakers. The work is really going to come. You'll see where we'll be stretched to really find some good large group keynote speakers. That's where.
And they really need to be, the sooner the better they can be lined up, because their schedules fill up, and depending on if they are set up with UT as a vendor yet and have a contract, that takes time to process that. So that's not something you quickly just set up. So we need to be mindful. The sooner we can line them up, the better we'll be off. But this was a really great overview. I appreciate you putting that together, Tommy.
Thank you.
If you wanted, so one of the next steps will be where we do a site visit on site at the hotel, because it's very helpful to have put your eyes on the layout, where the rooms, how would this all flow, to just to help in our planning. And we all get together and discuss the theme and discuss how we go forward from here, when we meet and so forth. So Tommy and I were talking before. Do you think a doodle poll would be the best to find some good times, or what do you recommend?
So I will say that, so we have to be able to, the hotel gives us options of when we can come, because they try to find dates where we can see at least most of the rooms. It may be difficult to see all of our rooms because they're still in business, and, you know, but they do try to find dates where we can see at least most of the rooms. So they gave us 3 dates, and I know 2 won't work. Of course, Yuta, with your schedule. The one date that could work, and I don't know that it would work with everybody else's schedule, but it's Valentine's Day, February 14th. And so you may already have plans, and that may not be the best date. Donnie said no.
Wait.
You're on mute, Donnie.
Oh, I thought I hit the space bar. It's in Murfreesboro, right?
Yes.
I'll actually be teaching him in Murfreesboro, so that might work. Yes.
Oh, how about that?
What hotel is it? I guess I missed that.
It's the Embassy Suites.
Okay. Okay.
So does the 14th work as a date? And again, no. Okay, Margaret's saying no.
I'm in a virtual conference that week.
Okay, that's what I need to know. So what we'll do in that case, I have to go back to the hotel and get some dates that may work better for them in March. Let's try to target, let's see what we can get in March. At least all of the dates in March that would work for them. That is process of elimination. So when I come back to you, we'll see what you all, at least the majority of us, can be available for. So that's what I'll do, Yuta.
Right, that's great. And depending on how far out that will be, I'll recommend we do at least one meeting before virtual to kind of talk through some other issues, and before we get together in person, so we don't get behind. And we might meet first virtually, and then we have the on-site visit. But that would be great if you can give us those options. And so, go ahead.
What is the dates again? I'm sorry, I missed that.
September 13th through 15th.
Okay.
And the committee usually tries to go a day before, so we can go set up and we put bags together with goodies. So pencil yourself in from 12 to 15 of September. Thank you for asking. So we have, I don't know how often we have used that, but last year we used a Microsoft Teams group where we communicated, we had all the shared documents. You could post your updates there. So I'm right now finishing up the setup of the group for this year. What I'm also putting there is the Zoom recording of all the virtual meetings. So if somebody has to miss a meeting, you can go back and view the Zoom meeting from that particular day. I'm also depositing there the agendas for upcoming meetings and the minutes from the meetings so that you can find everything in one place. I do believe in timely meetings. We try to not go over. If I say I need 30 minutes or an hour of your time, I'm really trying to keep us to that. Obviously, you're always more than welcome to stop me or Tommy as we're talking about some of these issues, but I want to be very mindful of you, your time and your schedule, so I try to keep us on track. There will also be a certain activities where you will have groups to work with in addition, where you will meet among your groups. For example, there is a marketing team. There is a team to talk about the different, aside from the themes like the sub-themes, where you will find speakers for that. So there will be an opportunity for you to select where you want to be involved in. We will also find volunteers from our agencies to help in the game room, in the karaoke room, in the hospitality room. We will also ask you to reach into your agencies to find gift baskets that we can give away. That is always a hit at the conference. So there will be some things where you reach out back in your agency. So don't feel you're obligated to find all those things. Let your colleagues in your agency help you and reach out to them. Most of them know kind of who you could go to. For example, Russell, Felicia, and Carol are always great go-to people to help get the word out and collect. So if you have, for example, there's a lot of people in the Nashville office, you can have one collection point for items and then designate somebody who can help put the baskets together. So don't feel that it's all on you. Feel free to share and delegate within your agency for those things. As Dr. Bird mentioned, this is a big year. We have a 50th and a 60th anniversary of an agency. There will be some activity to celebrate that. How and if we want to implement that in a theme is totally up to us. So we as a committee will come up with a theme. One of the action items we will do rather early as well is finding a gift, a conference gift. That always takes time. So maybe in the meantime, think of something you could see as a gift that could be provided at the conference to attendees. Maybe something you would have liked to see. Last year we had the speakers. The year before we had the chairs, like the golf chairs. Last year we also talked about maybe having a laptop bag, and we would put all the conference handouts in that bag. So just kind of think about that until we meet the next time, what you could see as a conference gift. As Tommy knows as well, that takes time to decide on one, to order it, depending on what it is. We want to have branding attached to it. We need to have it in time to bring to the conference and hand out. While it seems like a long time to go between now and September, depending on what we pick. Would you agree, Tommy? It's one of the rather sooner than later action items. Okay. So definitely that would kind of be the charge. So be on the lookout for some dates that Tommy and I will provide when we could do the hotel visit. We typically try to go around lunchtime. So we would probably do like a tour of the hotel mid-morning, have lunch, and then leave early in the afternoon. So it's not a whole day ordeal. But depending on where you come from, probably want to set yourself at least 3-4 hours aside on that day around lunchtime, just to kind of have an idea of the time commitment. But it's really helpful to have that on-site visit. And the hotel has parking lot, no valet, right?
Thank goodness. Mhm.
Man,
It's my goal to never run into valet again. That's my life's goal.
so we are very, very pleased. And I've stayed at that hotel before as well. And it is great. And there's plenty of parking.
And we had annual conference at this hotel in 2017. If any of you are around in 2017, we had the conference there that year.
Okay, good deal. So that kind of would be my charge for you to be able to look out for dates to do the visit. If it's too far out, we'll do a virtual meeting before. So in the beginning, we will have monthly meetings. As we get closer, we will switch to bi-weekly meetings. And like 5-6 weeks before, we switch to weekly meetings to kind of catch up as this ramps up. And my goal is to have as many of these dates as possible selected early, because I know everybody has conferences, training events going on. So the sooner we can get it on our schedules, the better. So we don't have to keep changing. As I said, things come up. You might not be able to be at all meetings. That's why we record them. Any questions from anybody? Boy, I think we covered everything, Kami.
Thank you, Yuta.
You're welcome. So be on the lookout. And again, I'm grateful you're here to serve on the committee, and I'm looking forward to working with you and meeting you, and it'll be a great event. I'm looking forward to it.
So
Y'all have a-
you're going to send out calendar invites, right?
Yes,
Okay, super.
absolutely.
Hey, Yuta, so we don't duplicate any themes. Do you have like a list of themes that have gone back a few years?
Yes, we can look over them so you get a kind of an idea. So for
Okay.
example, last year we had the great re-engagement,
Mhm.
which came out of the whole great resignation during the COVID time. So we felt it was very timely. But yeah, we can look over, that's a great point, Donnie, over what themes had been picked.
And Donnie, we when Yuta gets the team site created, and we've done this even for the last year's conference committee, you'll get to see not only the things, but the agendas. It's just something about when you're there and you're looking at agenda, you're in that participant mode, but it's a different world being on the committee mode. So to go back, I think I'll have agendas going back to 2015. You'll get to see every year just the ideas of kind of the thought process. So we'll have that ready for you.
And what sessions were offered, who the speakers were, and all those things.
That's
Yeah,
great.
that's very helpful.
That'll definitely help my creativity. That's for sure.
It absolutely. We also are charged with the decorations, which can fall under the theme. So that's another thing you want to consider. So we put the decorations together and we decorate. We fill the goodie bags. We are the AV team, we're the logistics team. We're all of it. Now from AV, we contract with a hotel for their AV people, for the equipment, but it's still helpful to have somebody who can make sure the speaker slides on the laptops and all those kinds of things. But we're it. All of it. So it is 2:29. I'm giving you a minute of your day back. And again, thank you so very much for being part of the team, and looking forward to working with you all. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Yuta.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.